Hey, what's up, X-Men lovers? And what's new? Usually, this is not my usual intro for it. Usually, it's like top to moralities, but try something new instead of sounding like a robot. So, the in this, yes, Ling, this is the. It would be like, what if Spider-Man joins the X-Men Evolution? So, let's begin with him. It would be the same thing as her, but instead of like doing all that hard testing, it was a like soldier of spiders, spider soldier. So they got it, and they treat him differently from, hey. So yeah, and he was a mutant, special kind of mutant, where he got everyone's powers from changing into like from Mystique and like everybody. So, but one day he went totally rogue. Like he literally became the average, yeah, crawler. So yeah, and his body's been enhanced by like that. So yeah, he basically only person that really knows that he's a like a mutant is him. So he basically went um because he's free from like the Hydra. Yeah. And I know that it's not dark as like usual, but when he was like he went in and like so yeah, his body wasn't like shutting down. His body was became more ravenous creature like at night. So yeah, like he transforms into like that. And like he became Savage Spider-Man as he runs around causing so much chaos. As yeah, I can't even say it. Cerebro, no, picked up a mutant, and Charles picked it up, and it was Spider-Man. Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. Or, yeah. So, or Spider Warrior. So, yeah, that's what his name is. So, they, like him and Magneto or actually Magneto and Charles Xavier were against that. So yeah, they're trying to help him out as he or actually in this like timeline X-23, that's what her name is, or was able to detect him and like yeah, she remembers seeing his human face before. Yeah. And she tells the rest of them, don't hurt him. As everybody else, like Wolverine, says, why? He went through the same thing that I went through. As he turns around and sees her and starts charging right at her. Yeah. So they all like dodges out of the way. Eh? So yeah. Then she uses her powers to try to subdue that creature. As hold him steady. As she looked at him and yeah. And yeah, Peter Parker was way more calm, like fitting in. Heck, he already met Kitty. He when she was just a teenage girl. So he did. And she knows who he is. As they're both looked at him like with worried faces as a voice telepathically tells them to stop him. And yeah. So then we got It's Painful. As yeah. And clumsy Cyclops blasted him into the wall. Boom. Yeah. Because he was battling against one of the, like, it was Lance. Or no, not Lance. Quicksilver. And ends up missing and hits Savage Spider-Man. So yeah. He tried to be like as yeah. He's trying to, or he's in the, like, an attic of, or not attic. He was in the basement of a blind girl's as yeah. It was like, yeah. Let's say this is not destiny, but some random blind girl went in down there to try to comfort him, because he did a lot with his mutant abilities. As yeah, he basically, he's trying not to, as yeah. And guess who that was in this timeline? Herm, or actually Peter Parker, was or the Aunt May went blind. So yeah. So she remembers they kidnapped him from birth. So yeah. So he, or so she says, that's okay. As he's calming down, as the day comes up, as his body transforms back, and as she tells him that, or actually he told her, because he remembers as yeah, he basically can because his powers are like he basically goes invisible and all that stuff. It's during, yeah. So yeah. So he decides to control him, to steal all those rings instead of her. So and he, Charles Xavier, knows that he's not, or he's trying to find as yeah as after he got those 3 rings things, he didn't need him anymore, so he tossed him aside. And as he was in his monster form, um, as yeah, and the humans were trying to look for him to end up trying to kill him, just him. Out of every mutant, savage Spider-Man that they don't like. So then he woke up with a really bad headache. As he was still in his monster form, growling, as he sees those people, yeah. As he says, "Take it easy, friend. We no, we are not a threat. We're all friends here." As she knows that he understands, but a way that he looks away. Huh. As he used his, like, all 6 of his arms to give them all hugs. As, yeah, he really did care about him. So, yeah. Instead of attacking him or them, he just gave him a hug. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Leatherface. Yeah. So that's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as they know that how he feels, it's painful. As he got intercepted by Elam, but Charles sent and her down to retrieve him. or himself. That's what he was mostly decided. But the and 23 knows how Savage Spider-Man feels. And Kitty. So, because she remembers when they were just kids and he always protected her. So, yeah. So now he became, when they sent her down to just talk to him, as he says he says to X-23 and Kitty that your friends are here. As he uses his power, and in this version, he has he's way more powerful than the average Spider-Man. Oh, sorry. He has the tire mutants thing. He even has everyone's powers. As he telepathy tells them thing. Oh, and it's hard for us. So yeah. So every time he looks at X-23, he walks up to her. Or actually, she walks up to him. And, yeah. And gave him a hug. As he remembers her always, or him always been there for her. He went through that painful process. So, yeah. Yeah. As he basically uses his powers, ours, to thing. But the military thing, or actually, Spider-Man still has the spider sense thing. That one. And so, yeah, he basically grabbed everybody and threw them all out. Boom. As he basically clutched onto his hand. As he Monster, stay away from those citizens. As he roars at them, as he runs up and like straight up lifts the entire thing. Yeah. So, yeah. They were all like, as he looks at the one of the soldiers with his eye covered. Or they're like all the X-Men tried to subdue him. Killing spree. As don't they said don't hurt him. As he or they only person that remembers his name is Kitty. So she runs up to him and tells him, are you still ill? As he comes attacking and looks at her. Because he remembers her always calling him that. As he basically stops. Attacking. As he's trying to basically, and yeah. As he goes to Charles Xavier's thing. And there was a cure to his from that monster. Because, yeah. And the Hydra people hired 2 hunters to go hunt him down. Yeah. And then we got the them and yeah. So he's mastered his powers, but his outfit was destroyed. So he became the Spider X, followed by X-23, because between Kitty and X-23 knows that he cared about both of them. He has a calm aura around. So, yeah. And, yeah, so rest of them worry about him losing control again. as he always came out to visit with people more. Because, yeah, so he does like this, like, if if he loses control, he gets locked in his bedroom till he calms down, or like if they have a suppression thing. So yeah, he basically calms down. As he mostly spends his time in more of the like science room to try to cure himself. As yeah, he basically did that. He drank the serum, but his body became much more as yeah. He didn't lose any powers, but his transformation is more in control. So yeah, he basically like suppressed it down a lot. So yeah, he basically, but he does occasionally get like memories of everyone's. Sorry about that. The he I he, so sorry about that. I had a cough real bad. So let's continue. The and and was or it or he has like same powers as Rogue. Oh, now because when she like when she lost or when they like sorry about that. The so talking too long. So yeah, let's continue. So he has actually when he was doing just a little bit right of hair from Rogue, or like she didn't realize that or no one realized that or that she lost one piece of her hair, and it landed in the and so yeah. So after he did that stuff, he drank it, and he gains her powers, her mutant abilities too. So basically, he has knowledge of her and everyone. Like, and because she has also Mystique's Ink's powers, one day when he like woke up, he woke up as Storm one day, as real Storm walks in, or like he walks out as, huh, are you doing okay? As, yeah, I'm fine. Why? You kind of look like me. That's what she's saying. Uh, hmm. As he transforms back into his human form, or back to his, like, self, as he says, huh, that was weird. As, yeah. So, yeah. He basically transformed his. He can, like, when he remembers who he was, or, like, his friends that, or people that do care, as he actually transformed his entire hand into, like, hers. So, yeah. And, like, he mastered all of the powers of everyone. Like, he's like, oh, dread, my headaches. Waffles. Sorry. So, yeah. So, they were hunting him down. As he knows something's up. As, yeah. So, he gets kidnapped. Or, not kidnapped, but he was running away. As, yeah. He basically, or they are like, I think he saw us. As X-23 knows something's up. As a telepath from him tells her that it's a hunter's. Remember? As she remembers who they are. Those two hunters. As, yeah. So, he ends up trying, in a way. We have you cornered. Me? Huh. As he remembers his old friend, and yeah, he basically used Kurt's teleportation to teleport to, yeah, who, like, right back at Charles Xavier's. And they're like, huh, I don't remember him having teleportation. Well, neither did I. So, they remember. Sorry about that. So, the So he ends up teleport back to Charles Xavier's. As he was like, okay, out of their range. Means for a while. As Charles Xavier was like a little bit surprised that he came back so like early. But they're like, he tells Charles Xavier that there was two hunters from that Hydra thing. And yeah. As Charles knows that he is getting hunted, but not not himself, but he knows that he and Parker's endangered. So yeah. And Rogue went laying. She couldn't believe that her friend that or she always keeps tabs on him. As yeah. So this is the alternate dimension thing. Like basically an alternate universe where this happened. As he talks to everybody. So and yeah, boom actually trust him with secrets thing. As he's like, huh. Okay. But he does visit his Aunt May. So yeah. And rest of them. So yeah. He basically or one mission where Cyclops and him went on to see if there was any memories stored. And who's the one with the like they were does care about everybody. So, yeah. And one day, someone, or actually, created a device. So, it was a mutant that wanted to turn everyone into, like, mutants and guns powers. So, yeah. Basically, they were trying to turn everybody into, like, the, like, him. So, yeah. And Spider-Man knows that where he is, so that's why. As Cyclops didn't know that Spidey has the ability to shapeshift like Mystique does. He's like, "How did you get here?" And as he looks like him, as he says, "What do you mean? I've always been here." Oh, Spidey, he knock it off. As he says, "Of course." As Cyclops asks, "Why did you like?" As Spidey's being honest, "I really don't know how I got. First, I was trying to, like, suppress him all the way down and make me have more control over my powers. And suddenly end up getting the powers to, like, memories of others. Basically, as he transforms again into, like, Cyclops. Yeah. So, that was going on. And, yeah, when they arrive, they see him. Because the Hunglim's character, where is he? Him needed was to get the, like, spider thing, and he doesn't even know where the spider guardian was at. So he uses a device as, yeah, he basically went full on Petro, like him, and, like, he straight up used it, and, like, he gained, or he even became, like, a literal, like, hun of everything. Yeah. Way powerful than him. I almost poked my head. So, and before we, like, continue, I am thinking about doing the what if battle. I take one character from one series and then the other from the other series, and and put them up against like the opponents or themselves, like who would be a strongest one. Like it would be from any series of it. So yeah. So let's continue. We'll have more details in about probably after. So they found owned it, and yeah, it happened in the canon, like all of it. As Spidey, he uses his wing, his own shield that looks like that. Yeah. But on a whole nother level. So, yeah. And Rogue doesn't actually get hypnotized thing. But Peter Parker has everyone's powers and like their memories, everything. So, yeah. So then all that happens, and yeah. And he still has those memories and powers. But he did take care of, or it did take care of one thing. As Spider-Man uses his, like, I know that you're a villain and we supposed to fight you. But, dang. Oh, wait. Because only thing that he lost was his ability to transform into a man spider. It's like a curse for him. So, as he really did say thank you to him. As, yeah, that all happened. So now he's full. Now his memories are back. And like, he spends more time with them finding everybody. So, Woman X and Kitty finally decided to ask him out. They finally asked him out. With, like, Rogue, too. So, yeah. All three of them asked him out on a date thing. So, yeah. So, or actually, it was Rogue and X-23. Because Kitty was in love with Kurt. So, that's why every time that they are at school or he always, like, they always feel the aura of kindness. So, yeah. He basically He does eventually visit with them to see how they're doing. And he basically, or they joined him. And yeah, man, the dome things happens a little bit differently from canon. He still has his spider powers, like webs and all that stuff. But he uses his. Let's see. As he throws his Captain America shield at a right time, as he basically went full on. Like, he used storms as lightning on his shield. As as they're like, got a reading. As he remembers who it was. As the technology spoke to him. Like, not consumed his mind, but he has voices of it. So, yeah. As he as they're asking him, well, what did they say? Future. I remember they say future, and yeah. So Wolverine is more worried about him. As then when he tried that again, and it doesn't like harm it. It like uses just a tap so that it's not like full on fist. So, and he went as he went into a coma, like blacked out. Kind as they're like, okay, what's going on with him? As you're picking him up, as yeah, he was mostly worried what will happen. So, a couple days have passed. He woke up as he's like, okay, what the heck just happened? As he's rubbing his forehead and like I remember I threw my shield and use Storm's lightning bolt thing calibrated, and then the next thing I know, as he remembers, as Yeah, or actually that guy that wears the coat with a very like side things. I forget his name. Let me. Oh, really? So, bye bye.